There is power and positivity in the midst of this world crisis. I came across this parody while scrolling through Facebook, and it caught my attention. And joining me today to talk about it is the author, Richie Phillips, who is a former anchor with the WGNA. And now he has his own podcast that is called The Top Talent. Thank you so much for joining me today.
And you being a top talent, I should have you on there. We're gonna, one good podcast deserves another. So
yay! So Richie, we see all these negative news happening all over the place, and it's so depressing, and it just scares people. So I go through Facebook, and I'm always looking for positive stories, and I came across your parody.
Oh.
And that caught my attention, and thousands of people also. How the heck did you put that together?
This really started literally, I was in the shower and I was thinking, I've got to do so. Well, let me backtrack.
In the shower.
You were in the shower. That's where it all happened. When this whole thing started, and I've always written these things, and I said, I just can't, I don't want to be funny about it. I didn't have anything in me for weeks. People were saying you should do my Corona instead of my Sharona. And I said, I just can't joke around about it. It's too serious for me. It was really depressing, as you know, for everybody.
Right.
And then I finally got to the point, well, maybe I could be a little comical, but instructional at the same time, like making suggestions like, stay away, the social distancing type of thing. So then I was thinking, well, what's a funny angle there? Maybe like a love song for the coronavirus, a love song for social distancing. So then the title started, If You Love Me, Stay Away From Me. And I kind of burst out laughing to myself. I said, that might work. If you love me, stay away from me. So then I worked on it. And the song didn't take me, honestly, that long. But I did this video, and everybody knows these videos that are out, these grid things that are everybody singing at once. And I was thinking, can I possibly take something like that on? Well, as you know, doing video, that took 3.5 weeks for me to do it. I had everybody send in clips, and they were all so great.
Richie, there's a lot of well-known faces on there. How did you get everyone to participate in this?
A couple of them I've gotten to know, over the years from being on the radio. But I don't know. Do you happen to know Donna Pernomo from Yono's?
Yes.
Yes. Well, Donna, who I've known for years, because I used to work with them, she is the one that connected me. She said, well, you have to get Mayor Sheehan. I said, well, I'm not going to call it just Mayor Sheehan.
Hey, Mayor, do this parody with me while all this is going on, right?
That's right. Do you sing? So there was.
But I think that's the awesomeness of this is, despite everything that's going on, I mean, your messages have always been so positive, and you always try to make the best out of any situation. So I think that's the best part of all of this.
Thanks. To try to, a positive spin, to make it a little funny.
A lot of these people are stressed right now and dealing with their businesses being shut down. Mayor dealing with all these new regulations and everything that keeps changing every day. And the fact that they were able to do this with you, I think that's pretty amazing.
And luckily, I had just had Benita Zahn from News Channel 13. I just had her on my podcast, and I've known her for a long time. So I said, that was my one ace in the hole. I said, I feel free to call her. And she was, she sings out, and she's always, been musical. So that was an easy one. Tamani Woolley from YNN, from Spectrum News. She's, that was a Donna Pernomo connection, and, several others. And I know some musicians that were on there.
So you had a total of how many people?
Let me see. Well, the grid was, let's say probably 9 or 10 people.
Okay.
Yeah, and they all sent these videos, and it was tricky. It was tricky because in the software, not to get technical, but you have to kind of line it up, and when the person starts going, and you got to line it up with the other person going,
and match it perfectly, right?
Yeah, and that's what was driving me insane.
You did a great job.
Well,
now you mentioned your podcast. How can people find it, and what is the message?
Well, that's another positive thing. It started out to try to get national people. And that's a hard thing, as you know, to start calling celebrities and trying to get them on your local podcast. So I'm thinking, well, and there's so many podcasts. There's 700,000 podcasts, according to Apple, and growing.
Wow.
So, well, the only way to do it, and maybe you'll agree with this, is to go local. So I was thinking, let's get local talent, either people who live in the capital region or who are coming, maybe celebrities, but are coming to the capital region. So it's all centered around the capital region. And that seems to be working. So I and trying to pick local musicians. And then with this coronavirus thing, trying to pick local musicians who are having trouble right now, and what can we do? You know, they're all out of work. I feel so bad for them. And so that was my last.
So you're featuring local talent.
That's, yes, featuring local talent. Yeah.
So Richie, anything else you would like to tell us that I have not asked you? How are you dealing with all of this?
Well, to be personal, in the midst of me trying to write this and putting this together, we have somebody in our family who tested positive.
Oh.
So, and I don't want to mention who, I don't want to embarrass the person, but so here I am, we're taking phone calls on this whole thing upstairs, and then downstairs I'm coming down here and doing this. So it really is a personal thing. And I wanted to make sure people understood that I was not trying to make fun of this, because it's such a serious thing in our family and for everyone. Right. So I just hope I brought a little bit of levity to the situation and tried to keep it positive. But I'm
glad you mentioned that, because, you know, I study positive psychology. I'm a huge advocate of positivity, and you can get a little controversy because people, you know, that are either have it or are dealing with it might think, okay, there's nothing positive here. Like, what are you talking about? Well,
there's just been such a plethora of negative news every single second. You know, it's on your phone, it's on your watch, all these, you know, I got to a point in my own case that you had to become positive and you had to have a little bit of levity, or you just would go absolutely insane with what's going on. It's just like a bad science fiction movie on Netflix.
I know. A really bad one. It's like a nightmare. On Elm Street.
Right. And they'll always say something positive in the news, and then they'll hit you with, you know, like the death count or something that just makes you can't be totally positive about it. It's, you know, but you have to find ways, otherwise we'll all go crazy.
Nuts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Richie, how many likes did you have on that parody? The last time I saw you were, I mean, it's going crazy.
Well, I actually have to thank all the former people who used to listen to us on the radio, because that's the list that they've really stayed very loyal, and I appreciate it so much. You know, I'll put something up there. I've had 2,000 views on it so far. It's been going crazy.
And you just posted it yesterday.
I just posted it yesterday.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And people are sharing it, and you know, that's the key. But even more importantly, it was a challenge. It was a challenge that I wanted to take, because it was the video part that I was thinking, can I do this? You know, and at the end I said, I just feel good that it was a challenge that I took, that I came to completion, and all the people clicking on it is gravy, but I took it as a personal challenge.
Well, you do a lot of these, because I remember you did one for the Parent of the Year. And you did stuff with schools also, where you had schools and the students get together and put this together. So I think it's great what you're doing with the music, getting people involved, and especially now during this time.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. And I know you're trying to stay positive.
I'm trying to stay positive and not annoy people at the same time.
That's right.
Somebody said to me yesterday, oh yeah, you're the positive lady, right? But wait, I don't want to be known as the positive lady, but I think it's important. I think it's important to highlight the positive things that are happening and not just focus on the negative.
That's right. Who's the guy from The Office?
Go ahead.
Who's the guy from The Office that just started a positive podcast? It's all about it's called Positive News.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to see that. That's really great. He's doing really well with it. He broadcasts from his home like we're doing.
Well, I'm sure, because people are craving for something positive.
Yeah.
You know, in the midst of what the reality of it is, it's scary, and we don't really know what's going to happen. We don't know if we have it, if we're going to get it, right? So
I know. It's a day-by-day thing. We have to all come together physically and mentally. You know, let's keep your distance. That's the physical part, but there's the mental part is just as powerful right now. People are, I mean, you walk on the street, we walk in our neighborhood, and you feel weird to have a mask on. I mean, I was going to ask that.
And nobody's even looking at you, right? Because they're scared to look at you.
I know, scared. They're wondering if it's working. You're mad at the other person. You're going, you don't have a mask. Yeah, this is what you're thinking. Why do I have a mask on? You don't have a mask on. It's something. It really is. It's the changed world.
Anything you would like to add?
just to stay positive. Oh, can you see this?
I
I
can.
always have my piano with me.
I can see it.
Here's another reminder. Get the water. Get the water flowing. Get the soap going. Front, back. Wash your hands. Please, without fail. Get underneath your nails. Front, back. Wash your hands. No time to be a cynic. It's a global pandemic. This little song is 20 seconds long, and now it's clean, it's done, and so are your hands over that. I try to write a 20-second song so people can remember to wash their hands.
Yeah,
That was the idea.
I know, now we really have to wash our hands.
I know. Every minute.
Richie, thank you so much for joining me today. I loved it. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
And thank you for joining me for this interview. Be safe and stay home.